strategic plan, studies. In order to understand the market, we spent an average 705k on the market studies, which were an essential part of helping us understand where we needed to allocate our budget. As part of the market studies, a particular resource which we used was the perceptual map. This map helped us distinguish between markets and see where our competitors were established. By using this map, we could determine where our products were based and what attributes we needed to change to suit the target market. In the studies, we used segment media preference. This helped us to determine what media outlet to target to maximise our sales. Market forecast. This showed us the projected units for each market segment, which gave us an indication of which market to target for long-term growth. Sales force experiment. This study showed the percent change in demand if we multiplied our sales force by 2. Competitive advertising estimates. This showed us how our competitors were investing in advertisement and how we needed to adjust our advertisement accordingly. Segments. In the first 4 periods, we concentrated on moving our products into segments 2, early adopters, and 3, early majority. In segment 2, we knew that the customers appreciated the value of electronic products and were willing to pay a good price for them. In segment 3, as soon as the product was established, the customers were willing to invest large amount, and this meant gaining a large profit for our product. R&D. We introduced R&D so we could combine it with GATS Dev in period 4 and get rid of our GATS product due to its poor performance in the early majority market. In period 6, we implemented an R&D project so that we could join it with our planned Gaffer project in period 7. By investing in R&D, we were able to modify our existing product and relaunch it to match the specifications of our target market in order to ensure long-term growth and increase sales.
Segmenting the market. This is basically splitting the market up into different segments. In the case of SABRE, there were 5 different segments in the market: innovators, early adapters, early majority, late majority, and general consumers. Profile of the segments. This relates to characterizing each segment. In other words, which segments will bring about the most sales / profit at a particular time. You can maximize profits by aiming your product at a particular segment at a certain time, e.g. setting a high price at the beginning, as we knew innovators would buy it, and we could gradually bring it down to attract buyers in other segments. Develop a segment marketing strategy. The next step is to come up with a different market strategy for each segment. Something to be considered here is whether the company should mass market the product or target market it at different people at different times throughout the product life cycle. Another factor in this could be whether to directly or indirectly sell the product. I would explain this marketing process to a new employee and stress that she should need to adapt a marketing orientated approach. SWOT. This is used by a company to investigate their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. It helps them to target what segments and areas of the market to enter. It also shows a company where they can improve.
Critical reflection. What didn't work well? In period 4, we launched the product GATS Dev, aiming to hit the early majority market. With a poor understanding of how the attributes would affect the product, we attempted to use the perceptual map only to try and hit the market. We were unsuccessful. In period 7, we finally came up with a method of calculating the attribute percentages we would need for our Gaffer R&D project. We saw market 1, innovator, as our opportunity, as there was no other competitors. However, we didn't do enough research into the market, and prior to launch we realised that even if we sold our target stock, we would make little or no profit. GATS Dev. Period 4, poor advertising investment. In period 4, upon the launch of our GATS development product, we made the mistake of not investing enough capital into advertising. This was a big mistake for us, as it left us bottom of our world. We only invested 2,500k in GATS development advertising, 100k more than our established product Gamer. In hindsight, we should have invested less in Gamer and more in GATS Dev, which we did in period 5. 4 stockouts. Even though GATS Dev was our #1 product, we could have had a much higher return on it as we stocked out from period 5 to 8. With the aid of the studies, we believed we are increasing inventory by a sufficient amount every period. In period 5 we produced 140. In period 6 we upped it to 202k. In period 7 we upped it to 266, and in period 8 307. We went up by an average of 56,000 products per period. What worked well? Gamer sales grew by 133% from period 1 to 6. Period 7 saved R&D product gaffer by switching target markets. This showed innovation. Period 7, even though we miscalculated the cost of production in comparison to sales cost, we made something out of nothing, aiming gaffer at the early adapter market and gamer at the innovator market. A larger market allowed us to sell more of our new product, while gamer was well established. We are more confident it would perform okay in the innovator market. Period 5, advertising. We only invested 2,500k in advertising GATT7 on its launch in period 4. Gamer, an established product, had an advertising investment of 2,400k in the same period. We realised this in period 5 that this didn't make sense, so we decided to cut some investment from Gamer's advertising and pump it into GATT7 up to 3,390k. This was a turning point in our simulation. Team. From previous studies we have looked at a theory from Belvin. We found this particularly helpful, especially 3 aspects from his team role theory. Shaper. This is an action orientated role. A shaper demonstrates concern for action and results. They are highly strung, impatient and impulsive, quick to take on any challenge. I think our team members demonstrated this at different times. Some were eager to just dive in, and sometimes no one was afraid to take on a new challenge, such as moving into making GATT7 and Gaffer in periods 4 and 7. Implementer. This is another action orientated role. These are organised people who have good sense of what is feasible and relevant. It said implementers will face down any job, no matter how unglamorous it is. Different group members demonstrated this with some tedious tasks, such as trying to figure out formulae for R&D, which we eventually did. Resource investigator. This is a people-orientated role. They keep the team from stagnating and losing touch with reality. I think this was very important here. As this is a simulation, people sometimes want to spend more money than is actually needed. This happened in period 8 when we debated how much production was needed for the Gaffer product. Could have taken more time on making a decision on R&D in period 7. This could have ended up being very costly. If given the charge of a team after carrying out this simulation, what we would want most from our team is to put forward any ideas they have to benefit the team, and also to know that they fully understand the task at hand, so that they will be carried out correctly and also confidently.
Performance. Advertising. After period 4, we realised that advertising was a very important component of making sales for our products. When we released our new product in period 4, we did not invest enough in our advertising for that segment, which had a detrimental effect for our product sales. Net contribution. With the continued rise in growth from period 1, we begin with a net contribution of 9,532k and finished in period 9 with 55,604k. From period 4 to period 8, we had a market share growth of 19%. As a team, we cooperated, we had great communication and great organisational skills. As a result of this, our products had improved performance.